Hey YouTube, this is KingCobraJFS with another video. I'm here to review a Angry Orchard. This is a hard apple cider. Red's apple ale is pretty good too. But with these you have to have a bottle opener. It just so happens I have one that's in the shape of a hooded cobra, yeah. I checked with girlfriend and he's Anyway, I'm going to give you an honest review of this, and I've already had one, so yeah, good stuff. These things are kind of a turd to open, but if you're gentle with it and patient, you won't break the bottle. This bottle opener does the job if you're patient with it. The trouble is, you know, the size of these arms, I can very easily break the bottle. I'm not mean to. I've done that a couple of times, opening a Guinness bottle with this thing, and I open it too hard and I break the bottle opening it. I'm like, great. But it happens. But this kind of thing, it's a process. I make sure some people are faster at it. But for the sake of patience, there we go. Just like that. There it is. Don't want to step on that. That'll kind of suck.
Can you hand me the bottle opener so I don't get mine open?
For starters, you got this logo going right here with the appears to be this angry tree stump. So the logo's pretty fancy. Look on the label, you know, it's something. You got your nutritious facts on the back, and then you got on the top here, you got that. So yeah, the design, I like it. You know, it definitely conveys an apple orchard. You know, it's exactly what they want, you know, to yeah. So it's the smell's sour, but otherwise very apple-y. Taste-wise, it has a very apple-y taste, obviously, but sour apples and red apples at the same time. You can taste them both, the green and red apples, yeah. But all in all, it's not bad. So I definitely give it a 5 out of 5. If you get a chance to try something and you're of age, then give it a try. And the thing of it is, due to underage drinking, you know, kids are in such a hurry to grow up. Well, you know, I don't support that, you know. Trust me, this shit, wait till you're old enough, it's worth the wait. Because once you're 21, it's just, you know, keeping your life together, obviously. There's no burn drink in this. This is a basically a beer made out of apples. This is just a good beer, period. I mean, I could drink this all day. It does not taste like alcohol. It tastes like apple juice. But then your speech starts to slur after the second one. It's just like, oh, jeez. Yeah, well, previous conditions made it easier for me to lower my alcohol content. If those conditions hadn't existed, my tolerance for alcohol would be a lot stronger. I'm not bragging, I'm just saying. I do like these Cools, are a really good cigarette. But the only thing I don't like about them though is the paper pack. That is the nauseating. So paper packs, you gotta be careful with these because you stick them in your pocket, sit down, forget about it. These things can break a lot easier than the hard packs, but other than that. And here's the thing, the first swimsuit Sports Illustrated magazine I got when I was younger and was in junior high. Don't hate me for it, Stephanie. Okay. Anyway, he pictured this, you know, golfed out chick with this dragon tattoo on her back. And the dragon had the cool O's in its mouth. And she was holding a cool cigarette and it had the searching yellow ring below it. I'm like, okay, so you're not allowed to advertise on TV, but in certain magazines it's okay to advertise. Yeah. Now, with these vapor cigarettes, you know, they are a much more convenient way to get your nicotine. That's all they are. You know, you run the risk of pneumonia with those because you're inhaling water vapor, basically. And approved by the FDA because it was said to be a food preservative. So it's listed as such. They're like, oh, well, I guess people stop smoking real cigarettes, and obviously it must be good, right? And under that false deception, you've basically just witnessed the biggest irony in life. And I say irony because growing up in high school, I remember watching the news and banning flavored cigarettes because they were what's getting kids to start smoking, right? And then about, 4 years later, and we get these vapor cigarettes now. It's just like, oh, would you look at that, And you see the process it takes to actually pull one of these out of a pack and actually have something to align it with. Just pushing a button and just going, okay. Kid sees that, pulls it out of his mom's purse, takes a hit. You could basically got a new generation hooked on nicotine. But yes, I would definitely recommend Angry Orchard getting back to the topic of the video, as I tend to do that a lot. I go off on these little tangents, and it's just like, oh, I lose track of what I was talking about through again right there. Okay. Yes, Angry Orchard is very delicious. I'd recommend it. Try to picture the commercial for this. Johnny Appleseed comes out from behind this tree, plucks a bottle off the tree like it's an apple, takes the sharp end of his axe and just goes, opens it, drinks it, swallows it, rips off his head, just goes, lets off his long metal hair and just starts rocking out a metal guitar. Angry Orchard, get your apple on. Yeah. Trouble is, I can't legally make that into a commercial because I don't own the company, That's the fun thing about being autistic. I'm full of ideas. Because you don't realize it's alcohol, it doesn't taste like alcohol burn, it just goes down really smooth. And if you like apple juice but want something with a bit more bite to it, then, by bite I mean alcohol. There is just no burn. This is just smooth as silk. But, if you choose to smoke a vapor cigarette versus a real cigarette, that's more power to you. There are a lot cheaper in the long run. It's just, you go and pull out your vape pen, you go push the button, and you forgot to charge it that morning, and it's now dead, and you're nowhere near charging, or plugging to charge it. Oh shit. So then you gotta have backup batteries, and it's just like, well, you look at it from the cigarette perspective, you run out of cigarettes in a pack, so you have a second pack with you. It's the same concept, just in different format. But I'm not exactly worried about repercussional harm of cigarettes because I have my reasons, and I'm sticking to them. Damn it. And surely, you know why exactly by answers. Because by the time I'm old enough to where these cigarettes will affect me, supposedly they'll have most definitely come out with a cure for cancer, and they already have it. It's just needs to be tested. And they're going to test it on brain cancer, which I think is just awesome. And if they're going to do so, they need the stuff that makes your mind creative, you could say. Yeah. Maybe a little bit of the other stuff too. You know, a crossbreed would work, but you want something that's more towards the mind and less towards the body, because it is, you know, theoretically it would target the brain as it is a mind, not a body. Yeah. I'm no scientist, but from what I know, it's just common sense, really. So, basically means, you know, finding a human with brain cancer, or worst case scenario, injecting a small amount with brain cancer just to test it to see if it actually works. And if it's being a mouse, then it ends up being cured of it, then why not, you know? But the only time is yes. So. Actually, I'm going to pick up a 6-pack of this, a 6-pack of Bud Light, and some Parrot Bay mango rum. So, got that stored next to the firewall. Awesomeness. You have to go through it all one night, obviously, but it's good to have a couple of drinks, you know, every once in a while, right? And it's the same thing with partaking in ganja. I've noticed this with a lot of rap music today. They're all about weed and shit. And it's cool to get high, but you gotta have a time and a place for it, you know what I'm saying? You're getting high all the time when it's not appropriate, you know what I'm saying? It's going to make stoners look bad, because it just means, you know, it's going to make stoners look like addicts, for one thing, and for another thing, it's, you know, some people just can't handle their shit when they're stoned, so, you know, time and a place, man, time and a place, right? That's the very same medicine they're using to test on brain cancer to see if it does truly do that. Its cousin hemp can actually make 33,000 based goods that you see around you every day, including a wood for a house foundation. And you can grow it at your backyard. So it's a very useful crop. And its cousin, the one that makes life just a little bit more bearable, even though it can suck sometimes, makes you a lot of money as well. It's a no-brainer when you think about it. And you look at the hypocrisy of the alcohol, like prohibition, okay? That, with the Great Depression on top of it, oh, people want to bitch about the economy now. It's like, you have no idea. Dust storms, coughing up logs the size of pencils, nasty shit. But people who survive that, you know, awesome, because they help pave the way for the next generation. That's kind of how life works, metaphorically speaking. Yeah. And as the future continues to unravel, you get technology every day. Case in point, at one point you had a Nintendo 64, now you have these Google glasses. Okay, the shifts between that, a lot of shit's happened since then, you know. The great question is, for a lot of us, it's religion. You know, do you believe in a higher cause? That's your choice, really, it is, you know. With religion, it is merely a spiritual pathway, a place to belong. That's all it is. It doesn't matter if you're a Christian and you worship Jesus, or if you're a Luciferian, or if you're a Wiccan, or if you're a Buddhist, or whatever. It just does not conceivably matter. What does matter, though, is that if you're in a room of people who do not agree with you on religion, don't bother with arguing about it, because it's going to get you nowhere. Because they're set in their ways and you're set in your ways. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. I do believe in freedom of religion, but there is a line. If your religion involves some really fucked up shit, then, you know, you shouldn't be allowed to practice it. But then again, person's view of fucked up shit, pardon my French, but yeah, person's view of abnormal is different. Each person's view of not normal is different. So, and if you think about this, you know, yeah, so when you think it's normal, you think it's not normal. Each person's view of that is different. So if normality and abnormality are no longer a real thing, because each person's view of each is different, then what are you left with? The existence of life, and that's what you're left with. Cheers, YouTube. Apple a day. So if you go into bartending school and I give your teacher an apple, plus an angry orchard on their desk. Anyway, this is KingCobraJFS with another video, and thanks for watching, and have a wonderful evening.